How are you guys doing? Today is Thursday, December 10th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, as a result of MLB awards being handed out this week, or earlier this week, I think it's worth noting and just giving the players that received the awards their credit and their praise for everything that they've done in this shortened season. Of course, it was tough. You only have to play a third of the season instead of 162. The maximum players played was about 60 games, and the Dodgers were able to pull out. They were able to come out with the championship this year, and a lot of teams played very well. A lot of teams improved. And I think it was a very impressive season to watch from beginning to end, and I'm glad that I was able to catch it from the very beginning and cover it all the way through the very end, because with these last few episodes, as a result of the first team, second all MLB teams being named, that'll be the conclusion of the coverage for the Elite for the 2020 MLB season. And of course, we're in January, so it's only necessary that these awards be given out now, and right before I solidify the Elite baseball players for next year. I'm going to get into it. So starting off with the MVP awards. The the National League MVP this year was given to Freddie Freeman, who missed most of summer camp with COVID-19. He ended up leading the MLB in runs. He was second in OPS and batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging. In 60 games, he would end up he would end up batting .341 overall. He had 73 hits in 60 games. He had 51 runs. He led the entire league. He led the National League in runs. He led the National League in doubles. He had 23 doubles in 60 games, which is insane. 13 home runs, 53 RBIs, 45 walks as he finished near the top of the league in walks. 341 batting average, 462 on base percentage, 640 slugging. He had an 1102 OPS, which was second in the league to Juan Soto, but he played 10 more games than Juan Soto as a result. And at the same time, the Atlanta Braves finished with the second best record in the National League. Freddie Freeman was a big part of that, and following all that, Freddie Freeman would be gifted his first ever MVP in his entire MLB career. Freddie Freeman at the moment is a 4-time All-Star. This is also the second year he's won the Silver Slugger in a row, so of course he's playing incredibly well. Tip my hat to Freddie Freeman after an amazing season. And I feel like I made a segment earlier this year talking about how historic Freddie Freeman's season was, and I feel like the best way to end this season was by him winning his first ever MVP award. The winner of the American League MVP award was Jose Abreu, as he helped lead the White Sox to their first postseason appearance in 12 years. He led the American League in RBIs. He finished second to Luke Voit in home runs. He had 19 of them. He was fourth in the league in batting average, and this was him 4 years after winning the Rookie of the Year. Jose Abreu has had an amazing career since. In the 60 games, he would finish with 76 hits, which led the American League. He had 43 runs in that time, 15 doubles, 19 home runs, 60 RBIs, which I just said led the American League. He finished with a .317 batting average, .370 OPP. He led the American League in slugging percentage with a .617. He had a .987 OPS. And in addition to winning his third Silver Slugger at the position, this is his first ever MVP award win. He finished fourth during his rookie year, but that was the closest he had gotten before now. But in his age 33 season, Jose Abreu had proven that he was the best and most valuable player in the American League, and I tip my hat. And the White Sox would end up finishing seventh, where I believe they lost to the A's in the first round in the wild card. But Jose Abreu himself had a great season. Staying in the American League, but jumping to the Cy Young Awards. The first unanimous choice in the American League since 2011 was Shane Bieber in his age 25 season. He set an MLB record with a 41.1 strikeout rate, and he recorded the lowest qualified ERA since 1969 at 163, and he had the lowest opponent's average at 167 since 1969. So yes, Shane Bieber is stepping on the scene as one of the league's best pitchers. This is his third year in the league. This would have been his second All-Star appearance had he made it. And he finished with an 8-1 record for a Cleveland Indians team that made the playoffs. In 77 innings, he would only allow 46 hits, and he would strike out 122 batters as a starting pitcher. Like I said, just an amazing year for Shane Bieber as the Indians, I believe, finished with the 5th record in the American League. Don't quote me on that. But Shane Bieber would help lead this team to a very impressive regular season. He could only play as many games as he could. And ever since Corey Kluber left, that he was able to fill those shoes big time. And if I was a Cleveland Indians fan, I'd be very happy to have Shane Bieber on my team for the foreseeable future. And I have no doubt that this is Shane Bieber's I have no doubt this will be his only Cy Young when it's all said and done. The winner of the National League Cy Young was Trevor Bauer, who helped lead the Cincinnati Reds to the playoffs. He was the first Cincinnati Red to win the Cy Young after leading the National League in ERA plus, or no, in ERA in general, in ERA plus. He had the best walks / hits per innings pitched at .79. He had a 159 opponent's average, and he had 2 shutouts, which led the National League in all those categories. He was second in the National League in strikeouts, and strikeouts per 9 innings, I think, to DeGrom, but don't take my word on that one. But Trevor Bauer's been having an amazing season. He finished with a 5-4 record, which was a result of his offense not being that strong. And in 73 innings, he would go on to allow only 41 hits, and he would strike out 100 batters in those 73 innings. Just an elite season from beginning to end. They made it to the playoffs, and in his only playoff game, he would hold the Braves scoreless through at least 9 innings. But then the Reds would drop the ball and lose that first game, and the Braves would eventually sweep the Reds in the second game. And Trevor Bauer's only been an All-Star once in 2018. And this year, he most definitely would have been an All-Star. He had an amazing year, and he most definitely earned his Cy Young, especially when his competition was none other than, Jacob DeGrom, who won the previous 2. Trevor Bauer got his team to the playoffs, and he had an amazing pitching season, a record-breaking pitching season. And I don't care if it's half the season. If you have a 1.73 ERA in 11 games, no, he had an amazing season, and he most definitely earned that Cy Young. And then jumping to Rookies of the Year, in the American League, Kyle Lewis was named Rookie of the Year out in center field in his first season, because he played 18 games in 2019, but he was officially a rookie this year. In 58 games, he finished with 54 hits, 37 runs, 11 home runs, 28 RBIs, finishing with a .262 batting average, .364 OBP, .801 OPS, finished 17th in MVP voting. And even though the Seattle Mariners didn't make the playoffs, Kyle Lewis most definitely had an amazing season. And considering that was only his age 24 season, the next season will be his age 25 season. I think he's going to be a very big addition and a big center core piece for the Seattle Mariners team. Congratulations to him for picking up the Rookie of the Year award for 2020. And the winner in the National League was Devin Williams. He's a relief pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. In 2019, he played in 13 games, only threw for 13 innings. This year, he pitched for 27 innings in 22 games. He would have a .33 ERA, he would finish with, so he'd pitch 27 innings. He would only allow 8 hits in those 27 innings, a single-digit number. In 22 separate games, he allowed 8 hits, and he struck out 53 batters, which is almost double the amount of innings he pitched. Just an amazing season from him, for Devin Williams, and because it's really rare for a relief pitcher to get Rookie of the Year. I think the last one was Craig Kimbrell. Don't take my word on that one, but I think Devin Williams he's putting himself in elite company, especially following that amazing rookie year that he had, and he most definitely earned that Rookie of the Year in the National League. Jumping to the Managers of the Year award in the American League, it was Kevin Cash of the Tampa Bay Rays. And in the Tampa Bay Rays, they went from finishing second in the AL East with a 96-66 record. They finished with the best record in the entire American League. They would sweep the Blue Jays in the first round. They beat the Yankees in the ALDS. They beat the Astros in the ALCS. And they ended up only losing to the Los Angeles Dodgers. So that was an amazing season for Kevin Cash, especially with the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't really think they had any crazy hitters. I didn't even have any of their position players on my elite list. So, I mean, considering that team was able to find what they needed to. And, of course, they brought out some amazing pitching as well, and they were able to win the most games in the American League. I think the Tampa Bay Rays had an amazing year. And Kevin Cash most definitely deserves to be mentioned as the American League Manager of the Year. Of course, it was their first AL East title since 2010. So of course, just great year for Kevin Cash and the Rays. The winner in the National League was Don Mattingly. And as he guided the Marlins to their first playoff appearance in 17 years. And of course, the Miami Marlins had to put their season on hold for a week or two because of the COVID outbreak. They finished last in the NL East last year, and they finished second in the NL East this year. They ended up beating the Cubs, who were the 3rd seed, and they got swept by the Braves in the second round, but that's an amazing year for the Marlins. So, and the only other times they made the playoffs were when they won the World Series. The last time they made the playoffs was in 2003, and Don Mattingly turned the worst team in the East into the second best team in the East, which was good enough for the playoffs. That's quite the turnaround. That's insane. Great job for the Marlins and Don Mattingly, who has been an amazing manager for as long as he's been in the league. In addition to those, the Hank Aaron Award was gifted to Jose Abreu and Freddie Freeman. Of course, both were MVPs and both had amazing hitting seasons, at the plate. So of course hats off to both those guys. Jose Abreu for winning the Hank Aaron Award and the MVP in the American League, and then Freddie Freeman, hats off for winning the National League MVP and the Hank Aaron Award out in the National League. They both deserved it. And then Adam Wainwright was gifted the Clemente Award, of course, with everything that he was doing off the field. And then on the field this year in his age 38 season, he had a 5-3 record. He had a 3.15 ERA through 2 complete games. In 65.2 innings, he allowed only 54 hits. He struck out 54 batters, and the St. Louis Cardinals were a playoff team while he and Jack Flaherty were their 2 best pitchers. Adam Wainwright, once again, an amazing season, and I think not just an amazing season beginning to end, and there's a really big honor for him to receive this award because, of course, it means he's very respected within the league, and, of course, and he's recognized for what he's doing off the field as well. And in 2020, the Players' Choice Award, the Marvin Miller of the Year, was given to Nelson Cruz because he was respected by his peers, most respected based on his leadership on the field and in the community. That's a quote. And MLB, Freddie Freeman was named Player of the Year and a National League Outstanding Player. So I mean, it was just a lot of Players' Choice Awards that went into it. Just the Comeback Player of the Year, Carlos Carrasco out in Cleveland, who ended up helping Cleveland be a big part of them getting back to the playoffs. And then for the National League, it was Daniel Bard, who came back after a long time and helped Colorado the best he could. They almost made the playoffs. But of course, they were playing him pretty well. Most outstanding pitcher went to Shane Bieber in the American League. The National League, it went out to Trevor Bauer, of course. And the Player's Choice Most Outstanding Player was Jose Abreu and Freddie Freeman. Most Outstanding Rookie to Kyle Lewis and Jake Cronenworth in San Diego rather than Devin Williams, as he had an amazing rookie year too, helped the Padres get to the playoffs. MLB Choice's Man of the Year was Nelson Cruz and Freddie Freeman for what they've been doing on and off the field. And then also, the relievers of the year were Liam Hendriks and Devin Williams. Liam Hendriks was the A's closer who I think led the American League in saves, or one of the leaders in saves. He had an amazing year. He also won the Mariano Rivera AL Reliever of the Year award, and he helped the Oakland A's finish with the second best record in the American League before they beat the White Sox in the first round, and then they lost to the Astros in the next. And then Devin Williams won it out in the National League, and of course Devin Williams, the Rookie of the Year. So great season from both those guys. And I think as the 2020 and MLB season comes to a close, I tip my hat off to every single one of these individual players that happened to win these awards, as they were recognized by the media and by their own peers as the best players in the sport. My hats off to those guys. I'm very thankful to have reported on this entire year, starting from opening day in mid-July or late July, July 24th, 2020. Now we're here. It's December 10th, 2020. I'm really looking forward to jumping on the next season as soon as it starts. But with that said, I hope everyone. I want to thank everyone for listening to all 14, 15 minutes of this piece. And if you listen to this season, I want to thank you for listening to this season. Once again, I hope all is well. And my next video will be on the all MLB teams following this. And that should be my last. Those would be my last videos of the year. Thanks once again. And I'll catch you next season. Peace.